Hey friends, I hope the morning's treating you well. Hope you got your coffee if you drink coffee. It's pretty chilly out here. Winter is back in Indiana. It's got down to about 11 degrees this morning, and it's going to get even worse than that. So it's been nice having some warmer weather, but winter is back. It's reminding us it is February. But man, I made a big mistake the other day. I mistook Jerry Reed. I thought Bo Hopkins was Jerry Reed, where we watched American Graffiti, and I just got to that scene, and I was like, "Is that Jerry Reed? Wow, man, he's really good in this." And I thought, I'm not sure that that's Jerry Reed, and I went ahead and Googled it. I wrote out, "This is while the movie's going." I'm that guy. But I wrote out Jerry Reed, American Graffiti, and there were all of these results that were like, yeah, Jerry Reed's in American Graffiti. I'm like, wow, that's him. That's something. And I even said something, made a little video on the Patreon and channel members area. And as soon as I posted it, I like Googled again, and I saw, no, that's Bo Hopkins. And I just I felt so silly. It was weird because like 20 years ago was the last time I saw that. Once I made that mistake, I remembered that I made that mistake back then. It just looked. I thought that's a young Jerry Reed, and it's so weird. I immediately fessed up. It's like the easiest thing is to admit you're wrong. We have a hard time with that these days. We seem to live in a world that celebrates just not admitting it and doubling down and all that. But always thought it was so much easier, man, if you own up to it and you can move on to the next thing, and try to do better. And then 20 years later, you can screw it up again, which is kind of what I did. But that was a that was a strange one. But the day before that, um, I'll just say that I'm going to talk about movies here just a little bit. So we watched a few, just trying to spend a little extra time with Amy since I'm leaving next week for the tour of the Netherlands, and I'll put the tour dates down below. And after that, after the Netherlands tour, I'll be back home for like 2 days, and I got to get in the car and drive to Austin, Texas. I'm playing the SoCo Stomp. It's a party at Seaboys, and there's a whole lot of people playing that. A lot of friends of mine, a lot of people I don't know, some great folks that like Kelly Willis, Tommy Stinson. Oh my goodness, who else did I see? I saw so many. John Doe, the Waco brothers playing right after me. But anyway, doing that'll be great. It's part of South by Southwest, like a day party, so it might be nuts. It might be nuts, but if you're down there, say hey to me if you make it there. And then I got to drive to Galveston. I'm gonna play at the Old Quarter. But anyway, that's all. Looking forward to that. That'll be great. If you're anywhere near Galveston, come on out and say hey to me. It'll be beautiful, historic venue. But getting back to what I was talking about, a few weeks ago, I just kept thinking about Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't know why, but it was stuck in my head, and I was thinking about how the ending, how this is a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but you've had like 50 years to see it or however long. Um, Richard Dreyfuss gets on the spaceship and leaves his wife and kids behind. And I was just thinking about that. It kind of stuck in my head that this is a family movie, and this is kind of the ending is kind of this awe-inspiring, um, it's just like wow moment. It's the Spielberg moment with the strings and the synthesizers and the voices, the choir, and it freezes with the backlit, and the glow and all of that, and everybody is looking all wide-eyed for all this long sustained shot, and it's this awe-inspiring moment. But when it took me years. I saw it when I was a kid at the theater, and I didn't think anything of it. I just, yeah, that was great, you know, spaceship, that's great. And then I saw it maybe 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and I realized then, wow, he left his family. And I was just thinking about it the other day and thinking about how for a movie, a family movie, a mainstream movie, like the happy ending, it seemed like it was supposed to be happy, that he left his family. And for Spielberg, what a brave choice that is, like an artistic choice. And that could have gone so sideways. And it's a weird thing. And I read some things from Spielberg saying that once he got to a certain age and had kids, he's saying there's no way in hell he would have chosen that ending. There's no way he would have had him leave his family. But it just kind of stuck with me I don't know why, but it and I also think, well, they did a good job of his obsession, showing his obsession, driving a wedge between him and his family, and how his wife left him and took the kids before any of that happened. So maybe the marriage was over, but he still had kids. And I was talking about it to Amy and just kind of trying to work through my thoughts, and maybe I'll share some of those with you. The whole thing to me, from breaking down this movie, and I think it's really good, but the whole thing to me feels, and I'll say this up front, I am not a religious person at all. So but it strikes me as like a Bible story or some, religious story where, you could probably put just most religions on it, but this man witnesses something. He witnesses something that he just doesn't understand what it is, but it makes him, question everything in his life, and he becomes obsessed with it and obsessed with finding out the truth of what was that I witnessed, and it drives a wedge between him and everybody he loves, him and whatever normal life was for him, lost his job. And like there's the scene where I think it was the mashed potatoes scene that everybody always remembers, and there's a beautiful shot of Richard Dreyfuss, who was just great in this. He was really great in it, but he's looking this way, and his son is here looking towards the camera, and Richard Dreyfuss is stacking the potato chips. Comes a helicopter for me. They don't want me talking about the aliens. The truth is out there, folks. But he's stacking the mashed potatoes up into the Devil's Tower, structure, the shape, and his kid is back here looking at him, and the kid's like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with Daddy?" You can just see the whole thing falling apart. And it's a heavy scene, and but I think of it as like Abraham, told to kill his son. You have to give up everything to be able to go off. At the end of the movie, he was devout enough where he met God. The aliens are God. And it's an allegory of some sorts, is what I'm thinking. And so as he's standing there, he has the choice. They choose him. They chose him when they first showed up, and he has the choice. He can leave with them, and he does. And so the talk that we've had all week between Amy and I, it's like, you've witnessed something that makes you question everything. So, and then at the end of the movie, you meet God. You meet these aliens. They are a superior, species or whatever, and we're ants to them. They might as well be God, but they've come in kindness. And they have released people that they've taken before. They've returned them, even unaged, even though they've been gone for 30 years, and Richard Dreyfuss is the next one to go. And how do you not go if you really are a devout believer, and God tells you, come with me and leave your family, how do you not do that? I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I say that. I don't know. I just, I'm too much of a skeptic, but I really love those kind of overtones to this movie about aliens or whatever. And it took me, I think it came out in '78. I was a kid. And it's not, it just kind of stuck with me. For some reason, about 3 weeks ago, it popped into my head, wow, he left. And I'm curious what you think. I know that the whole thing, I mean, I've talked about this in the Patreon area this week, and there were some nice theories. There was one guy said, I just thought that he was taking off with them to go get some smoke, so they were going to head right back or something. And I like that theory much better. I like that one, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's not one of my favorite movies or anything like that, but I like the fact that it made me think. And it was something that Amy and I could think about that was a little more fun, than looking at the news and all that stuff. But I'm curious what you think, if you think anything about it at all. And it's all right to agree with me. We're just talking about movies. It's all right to disagree with me anyway. That's the way the world is. And I'm wrong a lot, because I was wrong about Jerry Reed, and it was actually Bo Hopkins. But anyhow, I'm gonna go inside because I'm freezing. But I take off to the Netherlands next week. Hope I see a show. After that, maybe I'll see you at the in Austin or Galveston, and I will do my best to stay in touch and send some updates and all of that good stuff. But you guys be sure and take care of each other. And I'm going to put a video up here of me doing a walkthrough of the old quarter that I did a couple years ago when I was there. Lots of great stuff, fun stuff on there. Why don't you guys go check that out and enjoy it. And I'll see you somewhere down the road. Much love to you.